Everywhere you look, we're being told that AI is the future. To test that theory, I asked ChatGPT to create a recipe for a dish so good, so much better than any human could do, that it would compel the Michelin inspectors to award it an unheard of 4 stars. This is what it made. Solar flare chicken, white chocolate coffee velouté, charred strawberry chicken grape relish, chicken and rub, one chicken breast with fine sea salt, runny honey, equipment, your ritual tools, game plan, cosmic timeline, step-by-step ritual. To see if it lives up to its own hype, I asked my friend and talented chef Bart to try and cook it. He hasn't seen this recipe before now.
Okay, this is gonna be... Do you have a smoke alarm?
Yeah.
Okay.
Why?
It's gonna go off. Yeah. Pretty blackened. But I've cooked worse.
Yeah, what do you think of the ingredients list?
I just don't see how any of this is gonna work. Is this one dish?
Yeah. All right.
And the grapes.
So I asked ChatGPT to create a dish so insane that it would compel the Michelin inspectors to offer it an unheard of 4 stars.
Okay.
This is not dinner. This is you standing at the edge of a culinary event horizon.
God. Okay.
Fine sea salt, runny.
I am a huge chicken skin fan, so I like where this is going.
Finely ground coffee, espresso grind.
Sorry, weaponized crunch? Why does it come up with a space theme? That's what I want to know.
Well, because I think it wants it to be like a transcendent, like enlightenment type thing.
Quick pickled shallot halo. Amazing.
Oh, that's right. Also, you're not dry brining, you're awakening the bird.
Awakening the bird.
Yeah. Well, do you think
I
this
love
is
it, though.
do you think this is a 4-star dish?
We're gonna find out.
Should we give it a go?
Yeah, let's give it a go.
Okay.
All right. You kind of just like feeling your way along the inside of the rib cage. Doesn't take that long to get this down. I feel like it makes it easier buying chicken. Right, so then we're left with the carcass. But there's like skin on here that we can use for the shrapnel. So we've got 2 breasts. Basically just gonna put a load of salt on these and leave them to sit. I don't know how long it said for. We'll leave it for an hour or so. I'm imagining shrapnel like these little shards like this, right?
Yeah.
All right, 12 grams of salt. But we'll wipe most of this off. You know, it doesn't matter how many onions or shallots you peel in your life, it's never not tedious. So it says, I'm aiming here for silky comets. All right. I'm gonna think silky comets as I cut this shallot. Lengthways, thin as we can. I'm just gonna go like, yep, straight down. Okay, I think these are quite thin. Okay.
What's next?
Right, so these then need to go into a pickle. So we're gonna pickle these. So I'm just gonna make that in the same ramekin that I stored the salt in for the chicken. 15 mils water. Then we need 5 grams sugar. Is that gonna be 5 grams? Oh, all right. But this is a pretty basic like pickling liquid recipe, right? Let's bring it to a simmer, and then I've got a little ramekin of, is this a goo pot?
It is a goo pot, yeah.
I've got a little goo pot of shallots, which, that might be the first time that sentence has ever been said. Okay, we're at a simmer. Heat's going off. Nice. All right, cornflake chicken shrapnel time. Let's go. The crunch singularity. Preheat the oven to 200. This is a fan oven, right?
Yep.
Okay, 180. Right, preheat the oven to 180. On baking paper in a tiny oven-proof dish. That's so specific, I love it. Chicken skin trimmings, 10 grams. I hope we've got 10 grams in there. We've got yay much. So toss everything together with your fingers. That's chicken skin trimmings, 5 grams of butter cut into tiny bits, 10 grams of cornflakes. Toss everything together lightly with your finger so the cornflakes are just kissed with butter and mingling with the skin. Okay. Bake for 8 to 12 minutes, checking every couple of minutes from 8 minutes onward. Again, so specific. And I'm really curious to see if there's any legitimacy to these timings, or whether like 2 minutes in, everything's gonna be burnt. And whether this just like sounds about right to the AI. We'll see. You want the skin to go deep, golden and glassy. Cornflakes toasted and crisp. Nothing burnt, everything dangerous. All right. Oven-proof dish. Baking parchment. I saw someone doing this once and I was like, why are they scrumpling up? It's such a meta technique. There you go. Bob's your uncle.
Oh yeah.
Okay, so, right, I'm just gonna hope that this is 10 grams of chicken skin. It's 32 grams. 10 grams is nothing. All right, whatever. Whatever. I'm not the boss here.
Do they mean 10 grams dry or 10 grams? Because it's gonna.
That's 10 grams. That's like 4 pieces of chicken skin. Oh, we are listening to the AI.
Yeah.
So we're doing it. Doing it the right way.
No, AI never makes mistakes.
It never makes mistakes. 5 grams of butter. Okay, 10 grams of cornflakes. I'm gonna wash my hands. Cornflakes. This feels incredibly wrong. All right, we've got 10 grams of cornflakes, 10 grams of chicken skin. Then we got to go in with 5 grams of butter cut into tiny cubes. I wonder what it thinks tiny cubes are like. Okay, we've got 5 grams of butter cut into tiny cubes. Let's see what it wants me to do with this. Toss everything together with your fingers so the cornflakes are just kissed with butter and mingling with the skin. Okay, this is going to be a sensory nightmare. This is very overstimulating. This feels genuinely horrible. When do you think the cornflakes have been kissed?
It doesn't specify. I mean, does it feel buttery?
It feels horrible. Yeah, it's like greasy. It feels like greasy, skinny cornflakes. I'm going to call it there because the butter has sort of somewhat disappeared. Okay, it's going in the baking tray. Spread this out, because I think the idea here, right, is that like it toasts. And if I want to give this thing a fair chance, I'm gonna expose the skin to the hot air. Like I don't want it buried underneath a mountain of cornflakes, because I reckon the cornflakes will be the first thing to burn, right? Like they're so thin and they're already so dry. Right, it wants us to bake this for 8 to 12 minutes.
8 to 12 minutes, how reasonable does that sound?
That sounds like I'm gonna have a load of burnt cornflakes and flabby chicken skin. Should we pretend this is preheated? We're on to charred strawberry and grape relish.
Yeah.
The fruit that saw the sun and survived. Does your hob have a sun setting? How hot does it get?
6.
6,000 degrees? Sweet, perfect. All right, I'm gonna talk us through this. Slice the strawberries into halves or quarters, depending on their size. Doesn't specify. Half the grapes, okay. Heat a dry frying pan over high heat until it's proper, audibly angry. Toss the strawberries and grapes with 5 milliliters of olive oil, that's gonna burn. Small pinch of fine sea salt. Place the fruit cut side down into the dry hot pan. Don't move them for 1 to 2 minutes until you get dark char marks and they smell like jam having a midlife crisis. Okay, this is gonna be, do you have a smoke alarm?
Yeah.
Okay.
Why?
It's gonna go off. Flip once if you like a little extra blister. I love that it's asking me my preference to a dish that makes absolutely no sense. Transfer into a small bowl, stir in 5 grams honey, 10 milliliters balsamic vinegar, 5 grams finely sliced red chili. Taste. If you want sweet, sour, hot, smoky, adjust with a little more vinegar or honey if needed. Set aside at room temp. Just before plating, stir in the tarragon leaves so they hit fresh. This is your chaos jewel. Keep it loud. Keeping it loud. All right, so let's cut up some fruit. Small red chili, about 5 grams. These are extremely hot, by the way. These are bird's eye, so this is gonna be insanely spicy. Yeah, this is gonna be hot. These bird's eye chilies, I mean, I consider myself okay with heat. These are a little much. It's being very specific, and we are following this to the T, so I'm gonna weigh out the fruit. It wants 40 grams of strawberries. 40, right.
You got it.
I got it. 40 grams of strawberry. We got our strawberries. How many grapes? 40 grams. Oh, that's 40 grams, if I can catch it. So, we've got everything weighed out. Slice the strawberries into halves or quarters. I think these are quite a lot bigger than the grapes, so I'm gonna go quarters. Half the grapes. Right.
You're doing big strawberry chunks then?
Well, I'm going quarters because it said I could do quarters. It did not say I could do eighths. So it said for a little bit of olive oil and a pinch of sea salt.
Do I need to put a bag over the smoke alarm?
We might need to. I'm just going to chuck the fruit in and flip it out once it's in. Alright. Nice. Okay, so what it wants me to do now is chop this up roughly, fine, add honey, balsamic vinegar, chili and salt. It wants finely sliced red chili for the relish. So, I mean, I'm gonna take the seeds out of the bird's eye because bird's eye's mad hot. It says very finely sliced. I'm gonna call it there. My fingers are covered in relish. Okay. It wants us to add 5 grams of honey, 10 milliliters of balsamic vinegar. Oh, look at that.
You got it.
10 milliliters of balsamic vinegar. There we go. It asked for a pinch of salt before we seared this as well, so I'm gonna go easy on the salt. Right, then we need to give that a mix. Okay, so this is our, what do they call it? The Chaos Jewel. Does that look like a Chaos Jewel to you? I'll tell you what though, it doesn't smell bad. It doesn't actually smell bad. I mean, you know, I'm open to it. Very inoffensive. Speaking of offensive though, that's the next step. Coffee honey chicken rub. Ugh. In a tiny bowl mix 5 grams of honey, 2 grams of finely ground coffee, 5 milliliters of neutral oil, a couple of grinds of black pepper. Fine. Right. 5 grams of runny honey. We've got our coffee, 2 grams of coffee, 5 milliliters of neutral oil. So, honey. Here we go. 5 grams. I want to bring this to 7. If I can get it 5 again this time, that'd be nice. All right. A couple of grinds of black pepper. Little pinch. We'll give that a little mix, and then we're gonna pat the chicken dry, coat the surface, only adding a whisper to the skin.
How's that?
Like sludge.
Oh no.
Like black sludge. And we're gonna put it on a chicken. A chicken involuntarily gave its life to be caffeinated like this. I kinda don't want all of that salt on, so I'm gonna give some of that salt a little rub, because it was an insane amount of salt. But it's funny, when you do this, you can feel the difference. It kind of takes on a slightly different sort of dried out texture. Anyway.
It's your ceviche chicken?
It's slightly ceviche chicken, yeah. So it wants me to do meat side primarily.
Oh boy.
Oh buddy. That looks truly horrifying. Okay, so I've reserved a tiny bit for the skin.
Does it smell good?
It smells like coffee and chicken. All right, and then just a whisper on the skin. So I'm just gonna use what's left on my fingers.
Do you think that's gonna burn?
Yes. It says do not coat the skin heavily, just a whisper. Too much sugar on the skin equals burnt offering. Okay, so we're on to the sear and roast the chicken. Okay, so column 6, sear and roast the chicken, solar flare sequence. Heat your heavy oven-proof pan over medium-high heat, which we're doing. 5 milliliters of neutral oil. When the oil shimmers, place the chicken skin side down. This is the moment. Immediately press down gently with a spoon or spatula for the first 30 seconds till the skin makes contact. It says flat skin equals max crisp. Sear skin side down for 4 to 5 minutes. Adjusting the heat is needed until the skin is deep, golden, and crisp, but not burnt. See, I don't know if it's going to do that in 4 to 5 minutes, but we'll see. Right, flip the chicken so it's skin side up. Spoon on some of the rendered fat. I'm not seeing much fat. We'll see. Once or twice, like you're anointing it in its own glory. That's it's kind of scary language. Transfer the whole pan to the oven, 180 degrees, roast for 8 to 12 minutes. Yeah. Okay. Remove from the pan, transfer to a warm plate, skin side up. Tent it loosely in foil and let it rest for 8 to 10 minutes. Right, okay. So, chicken.
Is it burnt?
I think it burnt immediately, yeah. But that might not be the end of the world. Too bad. Let's have a look. You know what? Could be worse. Not terrible. It's caught a little bit, but...
What do you think so far?
Looks like just a burnt piece of coffee-coated chicken.
This is what happens when you get to 4 stars.
Yeah, that's it. Probably needs a 4-star chef though. Yeah, looks like I've burnt some chicken today. But to be fair, what does it call it? Solar flare sequence. I'd say that's pretty accurate.
It does.
This is what looks like chicken would look like if it was exposed to a solar flare, so I think we've done a good job.
Well, it's given you detailed plating instructions.
Yeah, it has. Right, the next step, white chocolate. So this is when the chicken's out the oven. And we're going to use what's left in the pan to create a sauce. Very restaurant-y, very Michelin. It's calling it white chocolate coffee veloute, source of beautiful bad ideas. I mean, can't argue with that. Place the chicken pan back over medium heat, pour off any excess fat, leaving 1 teaspoon plus the browned bits. Add 20 ml of white wine, scraping down the brown bits with a wooden spoon, reducing to about half. Add 80 ml chicken stock, 40 ml double cream, 5 grams of white miso, 1 gram instant coffee. Whisk and bring to a gentle simmer for 3 to 4 minutes until slightly thickened, right? Turn the heat to low, add 15 grams. That's a lot of chocolate. 15 grams of chopped white chocolate, whisking until completely melted and smooth.
Well, white chocolate is basically dark chocolate, and dark chocolate gets added to loads
I know
of
you're
things.
trying to trigger me. It's not going to work. All right. That looks like...
Oh my, show me that again. Oh boy, what do you think?
Black. Burnt. Delicious. So it wants me to rest it.
All right.
I'm going to foil it up in the way it describes. Make a little teepee. Yeah. Pretty blackened. But I've cooked worse. All right, we'll leave that for 10 minutes to rest, and then we can make the sauce. Okay. To me, this is the scary bit, right? White chocolate, coffee, veloute, source of beautiful bad ideas. Right, so we've got our chicken pan back on. It's still got all the burnt crispy bits. There wasn't all that much fat, to be honest, so I'm keeping what's in there. So deglaze with white wine. We're gonna go in with the white wine. Oh. This is like scraping off, I don't know, tar. Okay, so it's been 3 to 4 minutes. It's looking slightly thickened. It's smelling genuinely horrifying. We are going to go in now with 15 grams of white chocolate. Now it says, trust me bro, in that it says, if it looks like it's going to begin splitting, don't worry. Just keep going, keep whisking. I'm not seeing any splitting. In fact, that white chocolate just disappeared. Right, I was expecting that bit to be a bit more dramatic, to be honest. I don't know what I was expecting. I guess it's not that much chocolate, but... Well, it's a lot of chocolate for a chicken recipe. Take the pan off the heat. We can do that. Pan off the heat. and it wants us to swirl in 10 grams of cold diced butter. All right, let's see what it says. You're aiming for a sauce that tastes like a mocha, a roast chicken, and a miso caramel walked into a bar and decided to open a restaurant. I don't know whether it's worth trying this now or whether we wait till the end.
I think we should wait to the end.
Let's wait till the end. Right, it wants 5 grams of lemon juice and, it suggests tasting. Can I just say? 5 grams of lemon juice, I'm gonna eyeball that. All right, there's our sauce. I'm gonna decant it into a smaller pan. This is the plating, right? And this is in all capitals. Plating, inviting a Michelin inspector to have a little cry, using a warm, large plate. So 2 to 3 tablespoons on the side of the plate. Now, it wants us to do one of those swoops, but to be honest, it's quite thin, so I don't think this is gonna work. But here goes. If it doesn't look dramatic, do it again. This is a runway for everything else. Well, what do we think? Do we think this looks dramatic? Place the sliced chicken breast just off center, slightly overlapping the thicker end of the sauce swoosh. We're gonna go just here. Yeah, split up a little bit like that. All right. So here's our relish from earlier. This actually, of all the ingredients, all of the components of this dish, this actually smells quite good. It's saying place 2 to 3 small spoonfuls of the strawberry grape relish around the chicken, but it's been very specific about the location. It said 1 nestled just at the edge where the chicken and the sauce meets. It looks like it's right here. Right, it then says 1 a few centimeters away, like it's orbiting. Let the charred bits be visible. The fruit should look like it went through re-entry. I think this fruit looks a little bit obliterated, so that's probably about right. Take a pinch of the cornflake skin crumble and sprinkle it in a broken line cutting across the plate. Wow. Cutting across the plate, what do we think? Like here? Or here?
So,
I would say that's as neat and thin a line as you can get with chicken skin and cornflakes. Okay, we're at the last step, which is the pickles. We want to place one at the top of the chicken, leaning against the skin like a crooked halo. Are we going to say the top of the chicken is here? Right, what does it say? That's it. Wow. It's even giving us instructions on how to eat this. Look at the state of that.
I mean, the question is it 4 Michelin star?
I'm not even sure it's edible.
Should we try it?
To be fair, right, let's start with the positives. I like the idea of chicken skin and cornflakes. Like this, I'm quite intrigued about all this. Because the chicken skin has gone quite nice and crispy. I'm terrified of this sauce. Yeah, I know.
That's the first time I smelt it.
Yeah.
I feel like when we try it, we have to try everything together.
Yeah, yeah.
All right, should we need to get some of that?
Yeah, I think the relish is going to be
the strawberry
on the spicy side. Yeah.
Oh, it has an interesting texture.
Yeah. Actually, the cornflakes smelled good. It was like mega butter. All right, you go first. Okay. Oh no. God. It's come back up. Right, my turn. Let's go. Get enough of these.
You know what? You know what?
No spoilers. No spoilers.
Oh. Oh.
I think I've got everything.
It's the aftertaste. That's the problem.
Tell you what. There are some elements to this I don't hate. The sauce is weird, right? Like the sauce is super strange. The relish I kind of dig.
Yeah, the question is, can ChatGPT cook?
Well, this was meant to be a 4 Michelin star dish.
Yeah, it was something so extraordinary that would compel them to award it 4 Michelin stars.
I feel compelled to throw this out the window, but it's edible. It is actually edible. But is ChatGPT a cook? If I had the entirety of all written cooking knowledge inside my brain, this is not what I would come up with. That's all I'm going to say on that.